Good evening, gentlemen. My name is Edward, and this is a channel for serious, busy, and successful men who want to have that woman by their side that is going to be fully supportive of their life, their lifestyle, their endeavors, and their mission, your mission, because she understands that by doing so, by helping you to achieve your highest heights and your greatest goals, you're going to have nothing else left for her but your uninhibited love and attention and all the experiences you would want to create for her to experience with her. And that's exactly what she truly most desires in life. And if you are that kind of man and you want to get that kind of woman, or you're striving to become that kind of man, I welcome you to this channel. Today we're talking about texting and why traditional women don't want you to text. This especially applies to Russian, to Latin, to Turkish women. Women who don't live in the Western countries, or the minority of women who live in the Western countries that all men desire so much and that you can totally have and that you deserve to have. Well, you're pretty much the only option for them, because the traditional woman desires a traditional man, a successful man who is busy with his work and business to bring the unbelievable and amazing life to her. Give her your love. And so, texting. What is texting? Well, it came in like a wrecking ball seemingly quite recently, because up until a certain moment of time, people have been mostly using calls. And texting was only reserved for the so-called creepy online people who spend time on the internet and use different applications to communicate with each other using characters instead of saying things, because they are not very confident, they have confidence issues, and they are definitely not doing the right thing with their lives. And for that reason, they are ashamed of their voice, and they are ashamed to become embarrassed of making a mistake when talking with somebody on the phone, because they can't form coherent sentences quite well. And so they think people would think badly of them. Perhaps they would, perhaps they wouldn't, but the problem lies in insecurity. But as we have been going forward in the development of our world, and more people have started using the online means of communication as a result of more people becoming insecure. Right now, I would say most people are using that. And the more northern people live, the more they use texting instead of calling. Confidence issues are ever present. And what's the problem with texting? Because we have the other option that is not texting, is calling. And texting has multiple problems. Obviously, the reason why people use it is because it's easier and because they think it's faster and they spend less time. But what they don't understand is that their most valuable resource is not time, but attention. Attention, meaning your ability to focus, to concentrate on doing a particular activity, because you understand that the more focused and concentrated you are and the less you get distracted, the greater the speed of momentum is, the more effective you are with what you do, the more profound results that you get with what you're doing, and the more you understand about what is it that you're happening. So by being fully focused and not distracting yourself, well, this is very commonly known as a state of flow, you are able to achieve more than without it. And every time you break attention, even if it's just for 10, 15, 20 seconds to quickly reply to a text, it breaks your attention and you have to start over, and you will become less effective at what you're doing and would achieve a lesser result in general in your life every time you get distracted. Can you imagine how profound is the power of attention. Just distracting for 5 seconds, you achieve less results, not specifically today, but you're in your entire life, because you have to start over. And also, texting or distracting yourself, it disturbs your peace of mind. And you probably have noticed that so many people nowadays are getting into meditation and into the Western yoga practices, which is basically a physical yoga where you also breathe. They can't do the normal yoga practices. They have to do the Western yoga practices because they are so peaceless in their mind, because they lack discipline, they lack confidence to believe that what they're doing is the right thing to do, and they have to concentrate on what they're doing instead of constantly searching for other things to do and constantly distracting themselves. And as a result of having problems with the confidence, they will have problems with the discipline, which will make them distracted, which will cause peace of mind, which will cause, well, people go crazy when they don't have peace of mind. And it's very easy to notice nowadays how people are so erratic and neurotic and just kind of all over the place instead of just relaxed, just being there, letting life unfold, seeing what it has prepared for you, not planning, not scheming, not having any agenda. And that's how the call with a woman is structured. It's much more similar to a date. Of course, if you want to have a online relationship, perhaps you should go texting, but that's not what we men truly desire. And for that reason, this is where calling comes in, because we can't prepare for the call. It's a live interaction. It is happening, and anything can happen as a part of it. You could have a nervous moments. A girl could have a shy laughter. You both will have a sincere laughter. You won't know what to say. You just trust your intuition. You trust your feelings. Love is a feeling, and attraction is also a feeling. And if you don't want to build if a man doesn't want to have a love with a woman, like a very serious relationship, even their attraction, it's still a feeling. And so you should trust your feeling and intuition and let the life unfold. And whatever happens, happens, and you don't know what's going to happen. And it's so similar to meeting women in real life, because you don't plan it ahead, like when you do the online. Well, now we're not talking about specifically texting, but more about online selection of mate for yourself. It's that approach is more of a planning and scheming, and you have a clear agenda. Even girls don't understand that, but even girls, when they go to certain apps, they still have a gender, but they just don't understand that they have it. And they are not. We're going to talk about the so-called dating apps in another video, to not dive into that, to not make this video too long. But coming back to the subject of calling, traditional women want you to call them and they want to hear your voice, because in your voice, by your voice and by your pace of expressing yourself, by the sound of your voice, by your intonation, they can determine whether you are doing good things in life or not. Because people start to stutter. One of the reasons why people stutter, or why people are not able to form coherent sentences, or why people have other defects with their speech, is because they are not doing the right thing in life. Right thing meaning something that their subconscious mind constantly tells them to do, and they stopped listening to it because they became so much distracted with the process of distracting themselves. They disturb the peace of mind. They don't hear their subconscious mind. They don't hear the nature within them, and as a result, you have problems with the way you talk. And a woman can hear that in a man's voice. And what a traditional woman wants is a man who is not going to disturb her peace, because she is at peace. She's not living in the world full of distractions. She's not TikToking her life away. She's enjoying it. She's living it. She's experiencing life. She's trying to understand and get better at living so she could enjoy more of it. And so she doesn't want you to disturb that peace. And if she's going to notice that during the call, then she's not going to, well, her attraction is going to start dropping. And the art of calling is similarly is similar to the art of meeting strangers, meeting women that you don't know, and interacting with them. It takes time and effort. But once you get good with talking with women that you don't know, calling gets much easier, and it's just so much more enjoyable, because it's all about the feelings. It's just making mistakes. It's one of the most adorable and charming things somebody can do. If you say something and then you realize that you didn't want to say that, and you kind of get a little bit, a little bit shy, or a little bit insecure, like, oh my God, she heard that. It's very charming for her to hear that, and this is the reason why mastering life is so important. Because if we don't master life, we have a very business-minded approach to everything. So if we make a mistake on the conversation with a woman, which is basically, you cannot make a mistake. The purpose of a call or interaction with a woman is to let life unfold on you, is to feel life within you, because that's the kind of effect that women have, the opposite gender has on us, that it lets us, makes us become alive, and we start feeling things. And the purpose of a call is just to let that unfold, when whatever happens, as we've already discussed. And so, should you be texting? Well, texting has a certain place. You could perhaps use it if a girl is. It's even hard to, like, once you stop texting, it's very hard to come up with the reasons why you would text. Because even if a girl, let's say, is 5 minutes late, she will still call you. A traditional woman, she would call you. She's like, hey, I'm gonna be late, so I'm gonna come at that time. So. Definitely not trying to demonize texting. If you can find a use to it, and it's just a tool, remember. So tool meaning that it is used in addition to everything else that you do. So you meet people, you meet women in real life, then in addition you have calls, and in addition to that you have texting. So if you can find some use to it, for example, you could send a message, sweetheart, I'm gonna call you back later, I'm very busy right now. If that's something that you find sane and valuable and useful to do, though it also, in a way, can tell that one of you may have certain confidence issues, because people who truly love each other, they trust each other, and they understand that that the other partner would definitely call back. But it can be a good thing to do, because feelings are very gentle, and you have to be very sweet and gentle and protective to a woman. So that's one example. But in general, definitely try to stay away from texting in pretty much all the possible ways. Traditional women don't like texting. They cannot experience you as a man there. And also, that's a great way to vet women. Those who are not very confident and who don't understand what is going on in life, and they kind of play games, and they're not sure they're gonna do this thing. Like similarly to men, women also have these issues with being like distracted. Like, hey, should I do this? Should I do that? There's a lot of stimulation. Hey, I got 50 likes on Instagram, hey, somebody texted me. And women also get this problem with the peace of mind. Traditional women don't have that. And the more traditional a woman is, the more just easy she's going to make your life. And that's exactly what you want, because your life is already very complicated. You have so many things to do. You have so many responsibilities. So many people rely on you. You cannot have a person who is very close to you causing you unnecessary problems. And you shouldn't have. That's for sure. There's no doubt about it. A woman by your side should be supportive of you. And so this is important. If you felt during this video that at any moment, if you felt like this worldview resonates with you, if you feel that that kind of woman is someone that you want to have by your side, and if you realize how hard it is to find a suitable, worthy woman for yourself, then definitely book a call down in the link in the description. You're going to have a call with me where we are going to discuss your situation and see how we can help you, because you deserve nobody else than the best, most suitable woman, the perfect woman that you could have. And don't listen to people who say that perfection doesn't exist, perfect partner, perfect friend doesn't exist. They just don't understand what they're talking about. It's the art. Life is an art. And it requires mastery. And once you master it, there's going to be nothing else than perfection for you, reserved for you everywhere, no matter what you do, no matter who you meet. And that's exactly what you deserve. So do that. Link in the description. It's been Edward, tuning out.